With AGDQ coming up, I know a lot of you guys are starting to rekindle your previously dead passion for Speedrunning League and beginning to brush up on your techniques to achieve that coveted #1 spot in the League Speedrunner Hall of Fame. Or at least, until Games Done Quick ends and around 90% of you guys stop giving a fuck about speedrunning. Either way, I feel as though I have an obligation to run you uninitiated through the basics of completing this incompletable game as fast as possible. The first thing I'm going to go over is the reaching level 30 as quickly as possible division. Although this is technically still a low percent speedrun, I'd consider it less of a speedrun and more of a prerequisite to actually play the game because it unlocks Ranked, the only game mode worth playing. Now, the fastest method of speedrunning to level 30 is to buy an account. But like most of us who play this game, you're probably a child under the age of 12 whose parents will beat you with a wooden ladle for trying to steal the credit card. And even if you're not with the majority of underage League players, this still isn't a very viable method, since Riot sends any purchase accounts to the gulag if they're spotted. This means that for the Riot-sanctioned methods of speedrunning, you need to grind normal games to level 30 before you can actually start playing the game. However, for a lot of people like me who would rather lobotomize themselves with a rusty nail than play normal games, this really calls into question the legality of preventing players from purchasing level 30 accounts, since it's borderline cruel and unusual punishment, which should have been outlawed by the 8th Amendment. By this point, I'm 99% sure Riot hates their player base, since they keep giving us direct fuck yous with shit like all random IRF instead of just regular IRF with the new ban system. It's essentially just giving us a nice gift wrap box full of shit for Christmas. I guess it's because they have to make IRF slightly shittier so people don't quit when it goes away after realizing how dull a vanilla game has become to them, and the fact that they have long since stopped playing League for the actual game itself. Anyways, the fastest way of getting an account to level 30 is to use XP boosts and play Twisted Treeline bots with hard push champions such as Tristana and Ziggs with teleport. Just be sure the game lasts at least 7 minutes or you won't get any XP. There are a few problems with this method though. The first is that playing with 2 friends will likely make things a lot faster, but that's 2 more friends than the average League player has. On top of that, you'll very likely commit suicide before you manage to get to 30, since throwing yourself on a bed of broken glass is more entertaining than playing Twisted Treeline. And, like I said earlier, League is a free game with a lot of broke players with a financial situation worse than Venezuela who can't afford boosts. That being said, you could always just drop your children's college fund on RP to pay to win 100% completion by buying every skin and champion on top of extra boosts. Without XP boosts, I'm honestly not sure what the fastest method of grinding XP is, and I really can't be bothered to figure it out myself for my shitpost videos, so I took my question over to Riot support and very kindly asked some advice on how to speed up your time on any percent completions to level 30. Overall, the ticket response wasn't very useful, it just says something along the lines of just play the game. So the best advice I have for all you poor speedrunners out there is to stop being poor so you can buy RP. The next section is ranking up to Gold 5 from Unranked as fast as possible. Gold 5 is a point that I'd consider to be the peak in Ranked, since let's be real, there's no incentive to go past this point since the only thing it gives you is an icon, mediocre borders, self-loathing, and a whole lot of depression. Seriously, at least give us a chroma or something for being higher ranked instead of trying to get us to play those other garbage game modes. If you're trash at the game, the fastest way to reach gold, or higher ranks in general, is to wait for Janna or some other equally brain-dead champion to be strong again, so you can climb while being a complete dogshit player. Just don't make the same mistake a lot of ardent support players made and continue trying to play ranked after their freeload got nerfed, or you'll just plummet back into the shithole you belong in. It also helps to do it with a player that's a higher rank than you, especially in placements to help boost your MMR. Keep in mind that the previous method is again only for bad players. If you're smurfing from a higher rank, you should be able to place in gold fairly easily. Just don't be one of those dickless people that brag about their win rates while duo queuing with another smurf. The only way to truly win at League of Legends is to not play the game at all. That's why the final speedrunning division is getting yourself banned as fast as possible. Getting banned will help kill the urge to play the game and free you from the addiction. I shouldn't really need to go into much detail on how to get yourself banned since you guys managed to get your retarded asses banned unintentionally either way. Though, in order to achieve the best times in this section, you have to learn to close out games as fast as possible, whether it's through sabotaging your team or stomping the other team. The more games you play, the faster you can accumulate reports. Alternatively, you can send in a friendly thread over to the people at Riot support asking for them to ban your account. Alright, I'm done with this video.